Hello lovelies, thank you so much for joining me. Now this video is just a quick addendum to another video that I did live on my Facebook page showing you how to create these cute little boxes to hold pencils. I gave all of the measurements and everything for that, but just as a reminder, I called it a slim box. You start with a 6x6 inch piece of pattern paper or cardstock, whatever you want to use. You score it at 2, 2 1/4, 4 1/4, 4 1/2, turn 90 degrees and score it again at 5 3/4, or you can just score it at 1/4 of an inch. This video and the other video and lots of other videos will be posted to my YouTube channel, just to give that a plug. Create It with Charlotte Burns. Make sure that you do follow me and give me some likes, because that just makes me feel really good. And sometimes we need to feel really good. All right, so when I was making up those boxes, I was gluing all of the bottom pieces first. And as I'd finished about 10 of them, I realized that there might be an easy way of gluing them. So I thought I'd just show you. I have pre-cut these. These are 6x6. I've scored them. I've clipped the edges. You do need to watch the first video to see how exactly I did that. I want these boxes to have the stripes on the outside. So I'm just checking. Yep, all right. So I've got 3 boxes to make, and I'm just going to quickly go through one, hopefully not stuff it up too much. I also want to show you, so I'm going to make 2. One, I'm going to show you how to glue the bottom differently, and the other one, what I want to do is show you how you can do the fold back. So this is one of the boxes. I'll move that. This is one of the boxes. It's just big enough to hold a pencil. And then this one I did so that you can fold the top back, just to make it look kind of cute. All right. So I'm going to do something different with 2 of them. Now, I just want to choose which ones I'm doing. I'm going to do this one as a regular. Am I? Or am I doing that as a fold back? No, I'm doing this as a fold back. I'm doing this as a fold back. Okay, but rather than gluing the bottom first, I actually want to glue the middle, because when you glue the middle, I'm just going to fold on these lines. When you glue the middle, it's easier to put it all together because you can press it down pretty much. So I've just folded all of those. It is important to do that and also fold the bottom as well, I discovered. So there we go, and then flatten it out. So this one I do want to do a fold in. Now the reason why it's easier to do it like this rather than gluing the bottom first is because this shorter piece, so if I'm to make this into a box, you'll see I've got a longer piece and a shorter piece. The shorter piece is actually going to sit on the inside. And if I fold that flat and make sure it's nice and straight, and then I fold this one over the top, it just makes it so much easier to glue down, because I can just press it down nice and strongly like that. Press strongly, yes, that makes sense. And it's just so much easier than if it's actually already formed at the bottom and I've got to try and press on it with tools and everything stuck inside the box and it's not working. So that's why I think this method will work better. It's just a bit concerning because it's not perfectly straight, but anyway, never mind. All right, this one, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to straighten that up first because it's going to bother me no end. I'm going to put a little bit of a lapel. I think that's what it would be called. Bit of a lapel on this one. So let me grab a regular box. Here's a regular box. Okay, nothing up the top, nothing down the bottom, nothing up my sleeves. And then here is one with a lapel. So I want to create another one with a lapel. And the way we do that is, if this was a longer piece of paper and the box was such that this piece went all the way to the edge, which it doesn't. So when the box is created, that piece is going to be short. Hopefully you can see that. What I need to do then is only fold this back so that I'm not exposing the inside of it. Okay, I just want to fold that way as well. I'm not very good with words at the moment. My brain feels really clear, but I'm still not seeming to be good with words. So hopefully you are following along, and if not, maybe you're a visual learner and this will make sense. So what I've done is I've folded it so that the long edge is on top, but the side is showing. So I've folded it that way. So here's the short edge. And what I need to do is just lift up so I can see where the short edge is, put my finger down, and then fold this down. You can do it on any angle that you like, but I'm going to fold it across to the edge there, like so, and then crease it. And that is going to form my, what I'm calling a lapel. Then what I can do is I can put adhesive on this part and this part. And then I've just got to be careful because realistically, I don't want any adhesive here, but I need adhesive here. So I'm just going to kind of flip backwards and forwards and see where I can put adhesive and where I can't, pretty much. So I can put adhesive up to this point here on the right-hand side of the score line, or the burnished line. So let's just put it to there, and I'm going to just run it down here. I don't want to go all the way down to the bottom because that's where my bottom flaps are. And I know that I can come all the way up to the top because it has to seal all the way up to the top. So putting glue there, and then rather than put glue here and possibly get it out from underneath that flap, I'm just going to put some on there. And then what I can do is I can put glue on this piece. Now I do have to be careful because this bit here will fold over onto there, so I don't want any glue here. So this is tricky. You just have to be aware of where things are going to stick. So when I was gluing, I was making sure that I was gluing all the way down this edge. And the reason for that was I wanted to make sure that seals really, really well against the cardstock. So I think that is going to work. I hope that's going to work. We fold this, and this is what I like about doing it flat and not doing the base first, is that I can now press that and get it to just go nice and flat and stick really, really well. Whereas when I had the base all folded up, it meant that I couldn't press down on it like this. Now that has made it all splush out from underneath. Another technical word, splush. It has splushed out from underneath. So I'm just going to use a piece of paper towel to wipe it up, remembering that I'm using the blue glue. So the blue glue, when it dries, it is not tacky, but it is shiny, and I don't really want shiny bits on some parts of my paper. So I'm just going to tack that away. And of course I'm gluing on my Versamat again rather than my all-purpose mat. I'm great. I'm brilliant. Sometimes just brilliant. All right. I need my tool. There we go. And just twist that around, and that will then open the box up. And my box is sealed into a cylinder, but I still need to tuck the base up. So to do the base, hopefully you can see I've got my two sides. So here, two little flaps for sides. I've got the front there, I've got the back, and I've got the middle. I want to stick the middle down first. Now the middle only gets stuck onto that flap. It won't stick onto this flap because it's not long enough. So you'll see that. So I stick the middle onto that flap first. And you can see how handy this tool is and how brilliant liquid glue is at the moment. So we'll do this one onto here. And because that glue is going to stay wet for a reasonable amount of time, that's all I'm doing. Next one I want to do is I want to do the front flap and this side flap. I'm going to do the back last. Please don't ask me why. I have no idea. I probably could do the back now. Maybe I will. Maybe I'll just change it up and I'll do the back. Because if I do the back and then, yeah, no, I'll do the back. Okay, I'm going to change it up. The reason I'm changing it up, as long as there's a reason, you know, you can do whatever you want. No, that's not true. Don't follow my advice. The reason I'm going to do the back is because that way, when I do the front last, this edge will be covered. That's my reasoning behind it. So ultimately, it doesn't matter how you do it as long as you're happy with it. I'm talking about Papercraft, this particular project in Papercraft specifically, not driving how you want on the road or eating or drinking or smoking. Okay, I'm going to shut up now. Sometimes, just sometimes, I say too much. So now I'm going to put glue on here. If the glue will come out. I'm still looking for a stand for this so I can put it upside down on my desk in its lid. Okay, so now what happens is when we look at the front, it's all one nice piece. That's what I wanted. So once that's glued, I can then put it up like so. I can drop, I don't know, a pen of some description in there as long as it's long enough. That's a bit too short. These boxes were actually designed for these pencils, so I'll just grab one of the pencils. Tap it along there, and that will glue everything down nice and solid. And then the last thing to do is just to glue that down, which I could have done right at the start, to be honest. And I don't really need that much on it. And there you go. There is my little box. How cute is that? So that's another way of gluing it together. Ignore all the commentary. I might even wipe this out, or I don't. I'm not going to wipe it out because I don't edit my videos. Hope you've enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Stay safe. Keep crafting. Bye for now.